There has been conflicting statements from the government. The Kenyan taxpayer has a right to know. The railway will be built using a loan from the Chinese government. We need the railway. We needed it 50 years ago. I'm not in any way opposed to the construction of the railway. This railway has numerous benefits to the people of Kenya, in East Africa and Central Africa. It will create thousands of jobs as well as moving people and goods faster. It will also improve trade ties among several countries, but I am opposed to, one, the flawed process. We took an oath to protect the Constitution and all the laws of the land. There was no tendering in this project. The contractor was not sourced competitively as required by the law. Our laws are very clear. Anything above 500,000 must attract some competitive process, tendering process, which is not, in this matter, it was flawed. There is lack of due diligence. Proper investigation in regard to cost was never done. Which qualified firm did the feasibility study? Who did the billing of quantities of this project? Those are some of the questions Kenya should know. Why should the same company doing the feasibility study, billing quantities, be the contractor? That is conflict of interest. You cannot be a surveyor of land that you are selling yourself. Or you are a buyer, then you become the surveyor. At the same case, you cannot be a prosecutor and a judge and a witness in a case. So there was no due diligence done, which is contrary to the opinion made by government officials that there were due diligence. Due diligence is a question of doing feasibility study, coming up with the billing of quantities, and doing the costing. In any contract, you have to do 2 levels of evaluation. The first evaluation is the technical evaluation, where you see whether the contractor has the capacity, has the experience, has the know-how, and has history. And having done it before, then you go for the second evaluation, which is about the financial evaluation. You go for the lowest bidder, which did not happen. It is a question. Kenyans are not asking too much. Kenyans are asking for you respect the law, and it will be so easy for any government to serve. Why should the construction of this railway cost more than the Addis Ababa Djibouti one? The Ethiopian railway is a double track railway. It's a double track, where the costing, you have to divide by 2 to get the cost of per kilometer in one single track. And the cost is $3.8 million, which means it is 1.9 million to construct a kilometer. The funds that were used by our Ethiopian neighbors to construct their 1 kilometer railway. Why are we using huge amounts of money? That is my question. And it's much cheaper than our single track railway, costing $3.9 million per kilometer. The railway in Ethiopia is being constructed by China Railway Engineering Corporation and funded by Chinese. That's what Kenya should be reminded. Most Chinese contractors are financed by government. The locomotive inclusive is a lie. The government insists that the contract includes supply of locomotives. The public should be told the truth. There is no way the contractor can supply locomotives per kilometer. That is, it is ridiculous. Are locomotives valued per kilometer? Say that from Mombasa to Mtitwandei, we should be having about 30 locomotives there. And it is over 30 kilometers. I don't know how you can quantify per kilometer the number of locomotives from Mombasa to Nairobi. Even if you are to construct some railway stations, you cannot have railway stations in every kilometer. Let them quantify the cost of constructing a single track rail from Mombasa to Nairobi. And then to quantify the number of railway stations from Mombasa to Nairobi. And then further, if it is important, to say what is the cost of purchasing 1 locomotive. In our procurement laws, There is nothing like government to government. If you want to strengthen our relations with the Chinese, then you must subject it, the whole contract into a competitive process. Let the Chinese compete. Why do you want to use shortcuts unless some individuals in government have been compromised? And I'm talking on behalf of the voiceless Kenyans who, given an opportunity like me to have a platform, they would have raised these issues. Because we have to save money. We have a lot of issues that are challenging us at the moment. The youths are unemployed, the teachers have a low pay, the police have a low pay, our roads are in pathetic conditions, there is no water supply, our classrooms are in pathetic conditions. All those issues need resources. The other day, the Deputy President said the government wants to reduce the wage bill by 30 billion. And for that, they want to sack 100,000 civil servants. If it means losing 30 billion, it will cost 100,000 Kenyans losing their jobs. What about losing 400 billion, like is in the case of this railway? We really need the resources. In as much as we need the railway line to improve on our economy, to increase the job opportunities for young people, we should not forget that we need the money as well. Looking northwards, the double-track railway constructed by the China Railway Construction Corporation in Libya in 2009 cost $4.7 million per kilometer. And it is a double track. So why is the Kenyan case expensive? It is because some individuals in government and other interested parties are pocketing part of this money. And I'm against that. Most Kenyans have been told that I speak on behalf of many, but I speak on behalf of the youth, the voiceless women who have no hospitals to deliver, the young people who seek employment each and every day, the Kenyans who trek long distance to get stomach rolls, the parents who go have their children back home because they have no school fees to pay. I speak on behalf of those youths, those poor people in Kibera slums, the many poor people all over the country who cannot earn a living. They cannot provide the basic needs because of lack of resources. The other day we are celebrating 50 years of doing what? Since independence, our Korean brothers and Malaysia and Singapore, we were at par economically. What is happening to Kenya? That they have an economy that is larger by our economy 50 times. What is wrong in Kenya's scenario? That's the question young Keter is asking. We want to move for this country. In as much as I love Jubilee, I love my party URP. Let us follow the Constitution. Because that is the only way. The Bible says very clearly that it is only the truth that is going to set us free. If we don't follow the truth, if we don't stick to our Constitution, we have no business in leadership positions. Those are the questions asked by young Keter. Lastly, Kenyans wish to know whom I speak for. Others have said I speak for disgruntled contractors who failed to win the tender. I wish I could speak for them because there was no tendering. The whole process is flawed from step one. There is no one who lost. It's only one winner because it was a single sourcing. If it was subjected to a competitive process, then there could be contractors who lost. But there was no tendering process followed. So there is no one who lost. There was no tender to start with. Some say I speak for some opposition politicians. But I say I speak for Kenyans who are going to lose hundreds of billions of shillings, which would have brought medicine and dialysis machines to their hospitals. I speak for Kenyans who do not afford school fees for their children. I speak for Kenyans who learn under boulders of rock because they have no classrooms. I speak for the youth who are jobless. Many blackmails in terms of I'm fighting my party URP, I'm fighting Jubilee. It is not about that. I love my Jubilee coalition. I love my party URP. I respect my two leaders, the Honorable His Excellency, the Deputy President, and His Excellency, the President. And I love my party, and I'm not in a way trying to quit or to discredit the leadership. But I'm raising a concern as a Kenyan and as a member of Parliament. We have a responsibility given to us by Kenyans when they elected me through a free, fair, democratic election. As a member of parliament, my primary role is to legislate. And the second of it all is to play an oversight role to the executive. Where we feel some money was misused, we have to put it to question.